Hey, Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for the Scraproom, and I'm sharing with you this layout that I created using the Pink and Paisley Indigo and Ivy collection from the July Flavors of the Month kit. So with this kit, I'm actually using not just the kit, but I'm using the pattern paper add-on as well as the embellishment add-on as well. So with both of those, you are going to get all 4 flavors and get some added stuff or goodies from them. So what I've done there is I've gutted that navy blue paper. I really liked it, and I knew I just wanted a thin border to accentuate the layout, and so I gutted it so that I could save the inside. I am then using as my background for this paper, I'm going to use the cardstock, which is just craft cardstock. So I cut off 3/4 of an inch off of either side so that I would have that lovely blue indigo pattern as the outside there. So I want to include some mixed media on this because I want to sort of put some texture to the background. So I have a Tim Holtz stencil that I've gotten from Tuesday Morning, and I have some Bow Bunny gold paste with it's got a great shimmer that goes really well with the gold that is in the stickers. And so I'm going to block off parts of the stencil because some of these flowers are not complete and I don't want them sort of just hanging there. So I'm just using some painter's tape. Actually, this is artist tape, so it pulls up without ripping the paper, and that's why I am covering the holes so that I have full flowers. So I'm just going to use a palette knife and I am going to apply that gold paste. I'm going to put the gold paste on the top right here as I'm doing, and then I'm going to flip the stencil and put it on the bottom left. So by doing so, I am going to, in essence, use a design principle where I'm going to put things on the diagonal across my page. Now, I could have everything centered, sort of more a rectangle, and I could pull a strip across, which would work as well, but I really like that diagonal, and so my photo is going to go more towards this top element here, and then I'm just going to have some embellishments at the bottom left that are just more support embellishments. I toyed with the idea of stitching around the whole thing with some gold thread, but because I've already got mixed media on here, I opted to not go with the stitching. So I'm going to just attach that. You can see where the heaviness of that lovely shimmer kind of warped the page a little bit, but that's okay. It'll flatten out once it gets in the page protector. This photo is a black and white photo. There were lots of competing colors. We were at Panera. My parents, who live in Indiana, came to visit, and they used to always go and have lunch with my son, but once he hit middle school and then high school, that stopped being cool to have people come and visit you for lunch, so we would go out for breakfast before we dropped him off at school. So I'm cutting this lovely floral. Unfortunately, it does cover up most of the floral, but you see the hints of it, and that is going to be 7 1/4 wide by 4 1/2 tall. And then I'm going to take a white tone on tone. It's that there. It looks, actually, no, it's this one. It's kind of like a parquet floor. And I'm going to cut a 6 7/8 rectangle by 3 5 tall. So again, you can see how that goes with the non-traditional size of the photo there. I wanted to cut out some of the miscellaneous stuff that was around that photo. Now, I didn't actually measure these things as I was creating the layout. It just so happens that those are the measurements that I came up with as I measured it for you. I usually just eyeball things. I like to have different depths of paper that show on either side of things. I did want a little splash of color in there so that I could use some of the pink embellishments, and so I'm going to just use this pink that's left over, and I'm just going to kind of L that again because I'm using the kit with limited amounts of paper. I want to preserve as much of it as I can to use to make the kit last as long as I can. So that will be the bulk of the content that's going to go up on that top right in this embellishment kit here. So for the embellishment kit, you are going to get one of the words, and the word that I happened to get was good. And then in the main kit, you are going to get half of a sticker sheet, and one of the other words in the sticker sheet for me was fun. So I decided that the title was going to be good fun. If I had free reign of what I was doing, I probably would have had something to do with breakfast in the title there. I could have had good breakfast fun, but I kind of liked good fun. That worked, and so that's what I went with for the title. I played with the idea of having it down below, but I like it up top because I wanted that blue to break up and add some color to that top right corner there. So I've got some thread just so I can create what I call as a thread ball behind this floral. I'm going to use the stickers to embellish this page. It doesn't need a lot. I like the simplicity of it, and I really like the shimmer that is added by the texture paste behind. I do want a few little things down the bottom left because it seems to be very top heavy. I had that tag from the sticker sheet, and that gave me the idea. It was out of proportion, but it gave me the idea of using a tag. So you can see I had used adhesive, and unfortunately it left a sticky residue behind, so I am going to have to cover that up. But I'm going to use some double-sided tape to create a space in which to slide this tag for my journaling. And I could journal below the photo, but I opted and just leave the tag as decorative. But just in case I decide I do want to leave or have the journaling be hidden journaling, I do have that option. And as you can see, I have not actually journaled this page, and that is not uncommon for me. I will frequently sit and sort of do a mass journaling. Sometimes that's easier for me. I like my handwriting better when I've been writing for a while, kind of when I've been warmed up. So there is the little pocket there for the tag. I'm going to take the white thread out of that tag. There's nothing wrong with it, but I wanted a little bit more of that pink in, so I'm going to get some baker's twine and use some of the pink and white variegated twine in that hole there. So that ends up being really the main idea of the layout. And again, that tag seemed a little stark, so I have a bluey gray pen, and I'm just going to outline that just to add. It's just a very small, simple thing that you can do to add just a little bit more color. So yep, going to commit to that. And I love when you are able to, when you have stickers, if you put them on wax paper like I've done here, it allows you to move elements around and sort of really visualize what they look like. I have not used this quick dry adhesive in such a long time that it was not coming out of the nozzle, so for lack of wanting to dig around and get that to work, I just ended up using my dot adhesive there. So this is that blue floral. I love that blue pattern paper with the floral that is also in the kit. I will likely end up spending a lot of time fussy cutting that and put that in a circular pattern around a page. So this is a sticker from my half of the sticker sheet that comes with the kit, and it says "So Lucky." And I just love the way that the golds go together with the gold paste, texture paste that I have decided to use. I am going to pop this floral up off the page. You know, as I was designing this, I was thinking more of elements going around the photo. Now I might have, you know, looking at it, changed where that blue floral is, and I may have put it in the center of the table to move your eye in that line diagonal from top right to bottom left. However, that is not where it ended up, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it there. There actually ends up being a strong visual triangle that will start with the sequence it actually goes with the sequence clusters that you'll see come in towards the end of the video, but it'll be at the visual triangle moves from good fun to the flower down to that bottom cluster back up to good fun there. So you move your eye around the page via that visual triangle through the title. And if the journaling were there that I were to put below the photo, then that journaling would be incorporated into that visual triangle. So I've just used a couple of butterflies, that pink sticker down the bottom says you are loved, and then there's a heart. And now I'm going to use, there are 3 different sequins in the sequence mix that comes with the collection. There's a gold, a pinky, a very clear pink that's almost opaque, and then that bigger one is that navy. So I'm going to use each one of each in each of the 3 clusters. There are also some puffy stickers that come with this, and I am going to use, they're not puffy, I'm sorry, they're enamel stickers, and that is in the embellishment add-on. I will use a couple of those in that bottom left cluster there as well. So I just have some more liquid adhesive. I do like to stick my sequins down with a liquid adhesive, and then you see that date stamp there? It's actually not a date stamp, it's a phrase stamp. It's from Dear Lizzie, and using a blue, I'm going to repeat stamp an XOXO to just go with that you are loved, and add a little bit more to the layout, kind of mixed media-ish visual interest to that layout. So this is created using the Pink Paislee, Indigo and Ivy collection that is in the July Flavors of the Month kit. If you are a new subscriber and you leave my name in the box, Rochelle will send you a little extra something. These are great kits. I love that you get to try 4 different collections each month. So enjoy the close-ups. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below, and I will do my best to get back to you ASAP. I hope you're doing well. Take care. Hope to see you soon.